Hello everyone, welcome on back to Moss Valley. Alright, so first things first, I have 56,000 liters of bread all loaded up to be sold at the garden center actually, which I'll probably double check, yep. It shows it's going down, it's like what, couple grand less than max. I'll take what I can get. It might be up next month potentially, but I don't really want to make that risk, and really it's the difference is 340,000 and 333,000. It's not gonna hurt us, you know. We're doing just fine regardless of that. I did just buy this trailer too. I will have to show you which trailer it is. Alright, let's get this unstrapped. Over a mil? Yep, way over a million. It's, yeah, now I did it. The trailer that I bought is this one right here. It's the Giants software version of this. I think there might be another version too, but it seemed like one of the, like, shorter options for low loaders. And that's kind of what I was looking for, because I wanted to also be able to make it around a lot of these turns. I'm not even, like, on the edge of that, really, so otherwise it wouldn't let me reverse. But anyways, today we have mowing to be done. We'll be doing that. Likely try to get it tethered today, too. I don't know if we'll get it windrowed and picked up. Kind of hard to say until you get there. I might look at contracts only just to see if there's anything, you know, equipment-wise that we haven't used or don't normally use. Because, I think I've said in the past, I'm going to try to stick to doing that. You know, trying different things that I don't normally use. To kind of check it out. It's a good way to try different things without, you know, spending the money to try that thing. Alright, let's hope this actually goes into the yard. I've yet to bring it into the yard, so... I assumed it would if the other trailer would. Although it's definitely longer than that one. So we can take a look if there's anything nice. Cultivating really large. Yeah. So, not much. There's not much. Yeah. So we will probably hop over to this. I'll get the tires changed out. I'll need the front and back PTO as well. Main reason I'm going to use the New Holland. Probably get it topped off for diesel. And I'll have to get the weight dropped probably out here. I am probably going to look into doing other productions at some point. I know I've talked about a dairy, but, you know, something else too, something random, I guess, that I wouldn't normally do. I probably don't have many active that are weirder ones, I guess, but I know I have like a bioplastics one and stuff like that where it's, you know, something that I wouldn't normally do, and obviously financially we can very, very easily afford it. Yeah, I don't see it. So it is likely not active, but it's a thought. It's something different I don't normally use. Obviously, financially, we're doing very well. We're on episode... Is it 23 or 25? It'd be one of those two. We're probably towards the end of the series. which is kind of not great timing for me because I do have, in November I have time off, so it's kind of an awkward time to start a new series, but it might happen. I'll have to look at maps and stuff. Maybe I'll consider something different, and yeah. Either I'll try to do a bunch of different productions or a different map. Obviously, we're at $1 million. We're doing just fine. So, and I think really, I might even in the future start it on a harder difficulty too. It's been a common occurrence. I have been seeing us succeed super soon, which is great. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely takes a little bit of a challenge out of it. So I might look for another map, maybe. I might have to back up into here. We'll see. I'll obviously let you know if I'm gonna change anything, but it is on the cards to potentially do. Yeah, in November I always have a week that I won't be able to record or basically do anything farming sim related. I'm away from a computer, can't do anything, so usually I try to get ahead. That way there's no delay in videos or lack of videos. Obviously, if there's, something that'll come up where it's like, oh, I can't do as many as normal, I'll let you know, but yeah, I might look around. Obviously, any suggestions for maps. I just realized we didn't do fertilizer on this. We didn't do fertilizer, did we? Yep. Sad part is I was probably saying a while ago, I was like, oh, make sure we do this. We gotta make sure to do this. And here I am. Wanna guess what I didn't do? Oh. Is what it is. Can't do much now. We're a little bit past that point. In the end, it probably won't make a huge difference in the grand scheme of like yields. Yield-wise, we should probably still be just fine, but yeah, obviously we've passed the point on Moss Valley here of succeeding. It's been a good map. I don't really have any complaints about it. So maybe on to different things. I'll look around. Obviously there's been plenty of maps released and stuff. So I'll take a look around and see. I know I had considered doing a 1-year challenge at some point after this, but I'm not 100% sure if that'll be happening right away. It depends. I could probably start it. We'll see. It's tough just because obviously that 1 week in there where as long as I keep up and I'm ahead, it'll be just fine. But also a chance that I'm not able to keep up. We'll see. That was the original plan. Obviously, if you're new here, you don't know what a 1-year challenge is. I did 2 of them in FS22. So the whole point is you kind of start on the map with your base equipment. I think it's base, your starting land. You start the map as anybody would on start farm difficulty, wherever it is, easy mode. I don't know. It's the one you start with land and everything, whatever that's called. But you start on like that. I did the easy economic difficulty in the previous ones, and you have 1 year to make as much money as possible. And I was making quite a bit of money in the two I've done, so... You know, you might think, oh, you can't make that much money in 1 year, but... It's quite a bit. It's always been about 2 million probably, so quite a bit of money. Obviously, I don't sell like the starting equipment or starting land. I know I had a rule in the last one I did, only the last one. I've done 2, but where if I can't just buy a piece of land and then harvest it and then sell it immediately, I have to put something back in. That was my rule. It kind of takes away from me being able to do that. I at least have to replant it, or I know grass fields I just did it where I had to fertilize it. So that was always what I've started doing. It kind of, it keeps you from just buying a field and harvesting it, buying a field, harvesting it, and then you keep selling it. Keeps you from doing that. Makes it a little bit more difficult, which I did make less money in that second one, partially because of that. I might still do that. We'll see. I had a map in mind earlier when I've looked in the past, so maybe we'll see. But, well, I think we can probably go ahead and start with time lapse. We should be able to finish this, and I might honestly then go grab the tedder, and we can get that finished out in the same time lapse, I'm thinking. And maybe try to then maybe get a windrow today. We'll see. So I'll check everyone once the time lapse is done.
Too far away. It's much too early, or it's far too late. Maybe I'm too old now, or just afraid that you'll walk away. Too far away. It's much too early, or it's far too late. Maybe I'm too old now, I'm just afraid that you'll walk away. You're across the room from me.
Alright, so we're just about done here. That little bit up there. Not much, not much. Then we'll go and get this put back. I'm probably back into the same shed that I was already in. I'm honestly not sure why I have it down there. It's kind of way out of where I'm at. So it's kind of a weird spot, but I guess that's just where it is. I'll get that all folded on back up. And we'll put it, I guess we'll put it down there. Why not? Otherwise, I'm just gonna jam more things up into this area, and I honestly need to put things away. I definitely know that. I'm very much aware of that. I just don't do it. So we'll at least put this away. It's something. It's better than nothing, right? I do have to make sure I get Thor's riding done too, so I did not do that yet. But I'll probably just do that off camera. Oh wait, it's pigs. Pigs should be ready to sell. I just thought of that. Piggies. 2,500. I just thought of that. We can get those sold. I think I mentioned it last time. But we will sell just the 24-month ones. Which aren't a ton, but... well, I'll have to obviously keep an eye out in the future too. Make sure we are selling them at their highest point. Yeah, that's a decent amount of money. We got another, what, 9 months until we got more. That'll be the same amount as these. We have a lot just kind of incoming here shortly. Yeah, I know I was going to do that. I just forgot. But obviously, I think Thor might honestly be maxed out price-wise. I don't think I could get rid of him right now. Because the thing is a horse is not worth that much. 3,500. Maybe that's capped, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not worried about it. It's not like I have a ton of them, so I think I'll just keep the one at least, and we'll sell them when it's time. But I don't think now is the time. Like I've said before, I wish I could take some of this hedge down. I know I've mentioned that before. That's probably my biggest complaint, and it's not really that big of a complaint. I just wish I could take some of the hedge out or that fence out. That way I could make a separate path into here where it's easier to turn around into and get into here. Especially because we will have to probably use the smaller trailer for the bales. Because I don't think I could back up the semi-trailer out of here. Because bales do not go through the hedge on this map. So I kind of got one option. I gotta get steering assist on. Off we go. I'll be curious if we get about the same amount of bales as normal. Obviously that'll be next time we'll see that, but more likely I might see if we have a contract next month. We'll see. They're starting to come in now. Like if this one was available earlier, maybe. I just don't have much desire to do. Well, it says estimated time 1.5 hours, which is not that bad. But it might actually be 1.5 hours. I'm not sure. Sometimes I've done some that say an hour and I do it in like 15 minutes. And other times it says like 1 hour, 2 hours, and it takes 2 hours. So gotta be careful on that. You gotta be a judgment. You gotta have your own judgment on it. Can't just assume it's gonna be 100% correct, because it might not be. Then you're sitting there, 3 hours into this contract thinking, where did I go wrong? Especially if you're doing it yourself. I did that on a Huton Pantai contract. I accepted, I want to say it was 27,000. It was a plowing contract. I figured it would finish within the hour time limit I have for recording, which is, it's around an hour. Give or take. That's usually how long I record for, is about an hour. I ended up leaving it sit and kind of do its own thing off camera, and it still took another hour and a half. Like, there was no actual way I could get that finished in one video. You know, it's those things where it's like, yeah, it can't take that long, and then it's like, oh. So, I mean, obviously, if you want a contract that's going to take a while, you know, those are nice to have, but they're not the greatest when you're obviously, you know, in that case, trying to just do a quick contract. Yeah, it does not work out for that. Really just depends what you want. If it's something quick, maybe look elsewhere. Usually they're pretty good for workers, though. As soon as they hit the center of the field, at least, it does not take too long. They can kind of easily move around. They don't usually hit anything. That's fairly good for that. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and start another time lapse. We'll get this finished out nice and quick. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
And the current's pulling us, dragging me aside. Oh, you're a constellation, and I'm just a star, blinking in the universe, but you'll never notice me at all.
Alright, so we're just about done here with the wind rowing. Just that final strip right there. I'll have to start angling in, otherwise that's gonna get caught in the pathway too. Get this moved around. Alright, there we go. Off we go. For this final little strip here. We used a decent amount of diesel today. Obviously, we've only used this tractor, though, so it's kind of expected. Yeah, next time we should be able to get this baled and all picked up, no problem. And likely contracts, maybe, too. We'll see. I mean, there might be stuff to sell, too, that I'm not thinking of right now off the top of my head. Obviously, there's no harvesting... No, not harvesting. Planting till March, I think, is the current plan. If I remember right. That was oats. Would be then. I'd have to take a look. See, I think it's oats is first. Oats. Yep, March. And soybeans, April, May. So yeah, I think obviously we won't have any planting until then, but otherwise, obviously we got the two things we got to do next month. Otherwise, more likely the water buffalo will probably run out of food in that time, maybe. And maybe there's, you know, small things I'm not thinking of right now, but yeah. That is everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.